Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. So as you can see, my police vehicle is now getting more snow on it. I don't know guys, could you guys see the snow? Let's assume you can. So I guess this is our gift for spring. More snow. And homie don't like snow. There's, I don't know, almost 2 inches on the ground. Depending on where you are, it's melting or not. I mean where you are. If you're standing on the blacktop, it seems to be melting more or less. Unless it's shady, then it's not. 32. Look at that. My batteries are charged, so there must be some solar energy coming through the clouds. It's actually about 5 o'clock, so this is an hour off. It is 3:20, the first day of spring, Friday. This is minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. I worked the last couple of nights. So this is a pair of 12-hour nights. So this is my wake-up video. My wife has some friends over from her book group. So the house kind of has people in it. I'm not part of her book group, obviously. Anyway, let me show you what I'm up to. One of my, I'm not sure if he's a subscriber or not, one of my commenters decided to let me know that all of this is junk and I should just look about and see that for myself. And I appreciate his comment and I appreciate his opinion, but it's my junk and I like having my junk, and such is life. I guess as you get a little bit older, you don't let people really get to you. Do I have stuff I don't need and stuff that I need to go through and all that? The answer is yes, and for that reason, I'll take his comment as a constructive criticism. I mean, it's nice to have a backhoe loader, but it's not so nice that when you got to get it out, you got to unload 300-400 pounds worth of crap off of it. So I'm far from perfect, and once again, I'll take his comment as a constructive criticism. There are a lot of reasons for hoarding. They say it's an obsessive compulsive disorder. Could be. Personally, for me, I grew up poor, grew up with nothing, and if I ever got my hot little hands on anything kind of good, I would fix it up and I would have to sell it because I kind of like needed the money for little things like food and shelter. And once, I got away from kind of a difficult family situation and got out on my own, I decided that I was never going to have to sell anything to keep food and shelter, that I would have enough money that I can have whatever toy I want, no matter how silly and stupid, and that I can buy it and keep it for as long as I want it, even forever, right? So, and I've managed to do that, and hence the hoard. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. If this pile of junk falls on me and I die beneath my pile of junk, obviously that's not so good. But in the meantime, it's keeping me amused and happy, and such is life. I believe people are open to an opinion, and I am open to comments, positive and negative. Obviously, I prefer the positive ones. Don't much care for the negative ones. But in the case of this young man, I'm going to take it as a constructive criticism, because sometimes there is overdoing it a bit, you know. Sometimes you buy stuff that you don't necessarily need or don't need at the moment, and then because of that it collects, and you end up with much more than you need all over the place. And then when you're actually trying to work on your bikes, you can't get to the bike, you know. Or if you're trying to put together a rear end, you find yourself using your wood stove as a workbench. I mean, is that pathetic or what? So, back to it. I will take his criticism as constructive. And folks, I do enjoy your comments, so please keep them coming. I like the positive ones better than the negative ones, but once again, I'm trying to keep an open channel here, as long as the comments aren't, you know, racial or just, you know, nasty and mean, like, you know, you have a big nose, you know, or you're fat, you know. Those kind of comments are just, let's leave them to the elementary school kids. Let's try to stick with the more positive stuff. And I should lighten up a little bit on some of this stuff. There's a few hobbies that I've actually kind of outgrown. I have a tendency, when I get into anything, I kind of get in all the way. And for a while, I was picking up like computers at the flea market and getting them running, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But now that XP is no longer getting updated, and a Windows 4 single processor is really an antique, you know. And by the way, how many computers do you need, right? I got the Apple sitting here, and then there's two others. They used to come in handy when I was doing a lot of day trading, to keep my eye on the world and stocks, and you know, and be doing research all at the same time. You know, I'd have MSNBC on to see, you know, or Fox or CNN. You know, I'd be cruising back and forth between those three to see what was going on in the world. And then I had CNBC, the cable network for the financial folks, on. And then I was trading with the third computer. So made me money, made me pretty good money, made me enough money to buy the backhoe loader, made me enough money to put a little nest egg aside to help support the hoard. So, not that I got rich on it, not by any account, but I did okay. Obviously, I still have to work, and my wife still has to work, and we're not driving Cadillac, so you know, we did okay. Anyway, back to this project, just quickly. This isn't, the video isn't to talk about all my psychological illnesses here. Anyway, here's the company. I bought this on the 17th. Today is the 20th, and it's already here. Cost me $23. Came with free shipping. I think these guys have a card. Or I think I already lost the card. Did I go through that much trouble? No, here it is. So, I don't know if you guys have ever done business with these folks. And what I bought from them was this brake caliper. And you guys could already see it was $23, right? And once again, I think I paid, you know, $5 or $6 for the disc. So it goes on just like that. And as I'm looking at it, I guess this little thing is the stop, so that when you hit the brakes, you don't go too far and you know, go beyond and have those pins jump out and, you know, lose things and, you know, end up in all kinds of trouble. So there's that. Yeah, it was $23. It's not adjusted. Now at this point, I'm almost positive I really have absolutely everything, or I can get my hands on easily what's left for putting this golf cart together. Obviously the motor is sitting in it. The rear end is here, the sprockets are here, the brakes now are here, and I normally don't mess with brakes. You know, I kind of consider them extra weight. But if one's going to have a golf cart that could do 30 miles per hour, which is too fast for a golf cart, one might want to put brakes on it. Back to it. I'm not a believer in brakes, never believed in brakes, never liked brakes, but it's not like a quad or a three-wheeler that you can kind of do a couple of downshifts and throw a turn on it. Particularly with the three-wheelers, you know, when you can kind of shift your weight and turn the steering and throw a couple of downshifts and stop really, really relatively quickly. Not quite on a dime, but you can stop fairly quick. With a golf cart that rolls pretty well, and once again, 30 miles per hour for an electric golf cart. The electric golf carts are a little narrower than their gas counterparts. So if one gets it up to 30, especially I'm going to have it jacked up, so it's going to be a little tall and a little narrow for what I'm trying to do. It would be actually fairly easy to put it on its side. I also have some spots where, you know, where I'm going to take it that's off camber and all, and I really rather not destroy it on its maiden voyage, so I decided to add brakes. I kind of also like this brake caliper. It's small. It's $23. I don't have to mess with hydraulics or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the 200X, and though it's not the right thing to do, I might just look into using a mechanical brake, disc brake for the back. I got to see if I'm going to have to hack a cable to this situation and use a cable pull to do it, or if I can do it mechanically with a bar. Once again, I got to put that on and make some decisions. And as I told you, for the three-wheelers, I don't consider brakes like huge important. So that's one thing that came in. Second thing, I bought a load of pea lights. I got 100 of them for $20, and the shipping was free. And this is them. Those little round things in there. Why did I want 100 pea lights? What they do is they make a nice series resistance for charging things and all. You guys can see that. Yeah, a lot of times when you're trying to charge a battery, you could start out with like a 30-volt potential DC, and if you're only trying to charge a 12-volt battery, obviously you don't want to hook them both up because your battery will eventually cook or you'll blow out your power supply. So I found that putting a lamp in series with them, or a couple lamps in series, is helpful. And those things at their brightest, I think they draw somewhere around 35-40 milliamps, which is actually perfect for keeping a battery charged. So if one starts out with like a 24-volt DC supply, and you can have a string of batteries with each one of them hooked to the 24-volt supply in series through one of those, and it would maintain the batteries with like 35 milliamp charge. And you could also walk by and see how bright each one of the light bulbs is. If one of the light bulbs is much brighter than the others, you know that battery probably has a shorted cell and it's not taking a charge very well. If you see one that's much dimmer than the others, you'll know that that battery probably is more or less an open circuit. All the gel, all the moisture, all the acid out of the gel evaporated, and the thing's basically, you got two plates with a piece of paper between them, because there's no longer any electrolyte to provide the ion exchange, which is where the battery power comes from. All right, folks, this is 15 minutes. I gotta go. My poor buddy. Hopefully he had a sandwich in front of him. Thanks for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and remember to enjoy all your days. Don't let any of your days get by. Go out there and have fun, even if it's snowing. Take care now, folks. Bye.